It's your boy, Jalen J, and I got something that it may be a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I'm gonna hit it right up on it. Mental illness, especially in the black community, but mental illness in general has been overlooked, in my opinion, by numerous amount of people. I just feel like it's about my time to let people know just exactly how I feel about being somebody who is mentally ill. When I was like 17, I'm about 20 now. I'm gonna be 21 soon. Yeah, y'all already know it going down. I'm 20 now. I'll be 21 in November. When I was 17, I was diagnosed with a chronic anxiety disorder. Shit, I ain't know what the hell that was. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kid. I'm still a kid. I was just a kid. I'm hearing some stuff like that. And I brushed it off. Brushed off my shoulders, even though all my life I ain't heard, you crazy, you this, what's wrong with you, why you act a certain way. And I never had an answer, I always brushed to the side, I'm just a funny guy, you know what I'm saying? So anytime I heard some shit like that, it got pushed to the side until I started to fall victim to, I guess, peer pressure. I started feeling bad, about the things people would say about me. After so long, when people start saying certain things about you, you gotta stop and think, like, they ain't just saying this for no reason. People ain't just talking about you for no reason. People are real deal noticing the way you act. And so I started to think, like, I don't want people to think this way about me, so I need to change. So what I did was, basically how I felt was, this is what was going on. When you have a anxiety disorder, which I was not aware of at the time, even after getting the proper diagnosis from a real doctor, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't research it. I didn't bother trying to understand what a chronic anxiety disorder was, because I'm thinking in my head like, shit, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world. How is this gonna really affect me? I ain't really thinking about that. So I kept going on about my life. But before that, before I was diagnosed with something, I tried to find ways to, I guess, calm myself down. Because my eyes, well, what people put into my eyes always was I was acting out, or I was doing too much, or I was being extra, etc., etc. So if you know anybody who has said anything about they have anxiety, or they're depressed, or they hear voices or anything, I don't hear voices, but just the whole point of, if you have a family member, a loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother, mama, daddy, if you have not dealt with anxiety firsthand, there's no way I can explain to you how I feel. I could give you an example. So, say you finna walk into a bathroom and you taking a piss, and the school bully walk in, and you a little guy, or the school bully in the female version walk in, you just a petite girl, real quiet type. You read books, and the school bully walk into the bathroom. You pee. You look up. That feeling in your chest, that panic, that is what you call anxiety. It is not exactly fear, because I would have already been afraid. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid when I walked into the bathroom. That panic came, would come into your chest when you see the bully. That feeling is anxiety. Now, chronic anxiety is that feeling 24/7. The disorder part comes in, shit, this thing of disorderly conduct. You got conduct, and then you got disorderly conduct. It's like, it's happening, and ain't nothing you could do about it. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of all over the place. So a chronic anxiety disorder would be Like that feeling in your chest happening 24/7 in a disorderly way. Like when I turn on the microwave, I always try to beat the microwave before it's on. You know, people do it all the time, but it's not the same. Because I feel like this is a life or death situation. I'm like rushing. I could be on the bathroom taking a shit. I'm rushing, I'm running, just so I can stop it. When I'm on the way to somewhere, if I'm approaching a light and that light turn yellow, I could be 300 feet away. I'm gonna panic. It's been situations in my life where I almost crashed because I couldn't make the decision whether or not I wanted to go through the light, take the risk, or slow down. I slammed on my brakes and kept going. Ran right through a red light because so many questions is jumping through my mind as I approach that light. And at that entire time, that heat is in my chest like the school bully walked in. So that right there, that's anxiety. That's a chronic anxiety disorder. I'm asking myself 1,000 questions. When I'm communicating with somebody, I'm studying them. And it's a curse and a blessing all at the same time. If you wonder what this is, this ain't blood, it's glue. It's glue. But it's a curse and a blessing at the same time because my mind has been enlightened. But then again, it's like my mind is at war with itself. And it never ends. However, I've gotten to the point where I have found a way to destroy that feeling inside my chest. And this video is for everybody who is looking for a fight against anxiety, looking for a fight against stress, looking for a fight against restlessness. This may be the cure for you. So what I do is something called cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Now you got regular therapy where you can go and you can chat and you can talk to somebody about your problems, but we all know don't nobody give a shit about what's going on in your life. The one thing I had to get through my head, don't nobody give a damn. And that ain't to say that it ain't no good people in the world. It's just if somebody is not being paid to come talk to you, they don't want to hear what you got to say. And even the people that's getting paid, well, they getting paid. You see what I'm saying? So this submission comes from Talon J himself. Practice cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the practice of actually getting rid of something. So how I would go about getting rid of that heat in my chest from a bucket load of anxiety, I would do, you all know what meditation is, but it's a different form of meditation. It's not it's the actual practice of releasing the anxiety from my brain. The practice of forgetting about having anxiety. See, the problem with anxiety is you go through so much in your head that you literally at war with your questions and answers. That gets old, and that can really destroy a person. It done destroy my education. It done destroy my love life. It done destroy my family life. It done destroy my friendships. It done destroy my hobbies. I done isolated myself from people. I am slowly getting back into going out. I'm slowly getting back into saying hello. So, without further ado, this is exactly how I have destroyed my anxiety by at least 75% over the course of 3 or 4 months. So, one day I was at work and my chest was just, I was just done. I ain't never thought about suicide, but sometimes I just feel like, goddamn, I'm tired. So, one day at work, I was working, right? And I put myself into slow motion mode. I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, I'm getting tired of dealing with this shit. So I'm gonna try that cognitive behavioral thing. One thing that cognitive behavioral therapy does is you have to pinpoint exactly what you're doing. Well, what chronic anxiety causes you to do. In the behavioral aspect, I would rush. I always rush to do stuff, or either procrastinate very hard. I'm working on my procrastination, but I slowed down. Literally, I started working in slow motion, and it's like my heart caught up with my body. It's like I was able to breathe again. I caught myself, and for a second, I was normal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. Like, I ain't never been normal before. I always been the crazy kid, or always been the weird type, the type that people don't want to sit around, the type that don't get invited out, the type that would rather just not go. But it's like for a second, a whole bunch of darkness lifted off my chest. And this ain't no sob story. I really hope this helped you. So what I did was, when I slowed down, I really think that I gave my mind a second to catch itself. So say you walking. This is for the people who know they got a problem. This is not for people with energy. Don't get anxiety confused with energy. That is not what's going on. So if you actually a victim of a chronic anxiety, depression, maybe you find a drug addiction or something, this is what actually will work. Will it work for me? So I know it might work for you, because I ain't nobody special. So what I did was, after I slowed down, I started to realize other things that I would do that were a product of my anxiety, which was talking a lot, which was rushing, which was feeling very guilty about stuff that nobody would give a crap about on any given day. Those things had to go out of my life. Oh, and getting very, very attached very fast, that had to go, because that is what chronic anxiety shaped me into becoming a fast-moving, hard-loving, soft-hitting, whatever. So I practice not doing those things, and would y'all believe that I don't get that hot feeling in my chest no more? I don't feel guilty no more. I don't rush no more. You see what I'm saying? I work at a normal speed now, but I always have some type of episode. It's kind of like getting off a really weird drug that I've been on for the last 19 years, and I finally figured out how to shake it. But once again, y'all, if you're dealing with something like that, try slowing down. First, start off slowing down. Slow down when you do things. Slow down before you react. Slow down before you decide to take another step. Literally, I want you to stop what you're doing and think about how you look, the way you look. How does the public view your eye? Because people always say that you should always do what you want and nobody can judge you, but people are usually not wrong. So if somebody come up to you and they tell you that you acting weird, you probably acting weird, and you should work on fixing those things. You working on fixing those things is called cognitive behavioral therapy. You going to your therapist is not cognitive behavioral therapy. Your therapist is going to tell you to go involve in a program or go to rehab or prescribe you medication. Sometimes medication ain't necessary. This is one of those times. I feel like you have a chronic anxiety disorder, medication is not necessary. So, y'all, if you sat up here and you stayed with me and stayed true through the whole video, I want you to go ahead and subscribe, because me and you, we just became friends. We just became one. Or we didn't. You know, if you couldn't relate to this video, that's also okay. But if you know a loved one, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, shit, if they having problems, I would also like to advise taking CBD, cannabinoid, something. It's weed that don't get you high. Look it up, CBD. They come in the pens, they come in the gummy bears. I had one, it was a honey. It was made of honey, CBD honey. It helped me get a whole bunch of anxiety, but real deal, y'all. Think about cognitive behavioral therapy. Work on not doing the things that make you weird. If you're a stumbler, work on sounding your words out. If you're a social anxiety person, work on being social, because you're not social because of anxiety. You see what I'm saying? You're not an antisocial person. You're antisocial. You're antisocial. I'm sorry, I'm from the South. You're antisocial because of anxiety. You're not antisocial, period. You didn't come out the womb antisocial unless you had a really bad childhood. I'm sorry about that. But if it's anxiety, you should try being social, because that would train your brain to get over the paranoia that comes from anxiety itself. So if you're listening right now, I want you to subscribe. I want you to comment. I want you to tell me if anxiety is not your mental illness. Then tell me what it is. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's PTSD. Maybe you have autism. All these things should not be looked down upon. And I frown on society for not raising an eyebrow at all the people out here suffering from mental illness, as if these things are not killing people on the inside every day. If one thing makes a man, is his character. But once his character is affected based off the war that's going on inside his head, you have lost a man. That's James J, and I'm out. Peace.